Wow, this is so nice. I wish I could take you and put you in my mouth right now and let you experience what I'm eating. There's garlic and ginger and onions and sort of like this basil leaf and spring onion. Hi and welcome back to another episode of Eating Istanbul. Today we're in the Fatih district. It's named after this mosque, the Fatih Mosque, which was built in 1470 by Mehmed Fatih. The Fatih district, it's one of my most favorite districts in the whole of Istanbul, mainly because it's this melting pot of sort of the whole Muslim world. There's Afghans here, there's Syrians, there's Eritreans, there's Somalis, there's Yemenis, and obviously they make some fantastic food. Over the next few weeks, we're gonna try out that food, but today we're gonna go and have some Uyghur food and let's see what Uyghur flavors are all about. So the first of our dishes are here, and it's Gosnan, basically like a meat pie, beef with meat and spices. This is 30 lira, so it's about $4. You can see the filling. It's beef and onion, and it's got this really nice pastry. You can hear that crunch. I like this a lot. The filling is almost like a dumpling filling, but this pastry is crunchy, it's fried, and so it's a lot, you know, it has got the same texture as a dumpling. And this is the first of 9 dishes that's coming today. Everything we're gonna eat in total will be under $40. The pastry is almost like a samosa pastry, you know. It's crispy. I do think the beef could be maybe a bit more flagrant, spiced a bit more. I'm gonna add some of this, and also this hot chili sauce, hot Uyghur chili sauce, look at that. The meat's a bit beefy. I mean, I think this is how it's intended to be. I don't think they cook it so that all the flavors out of it. It's a bit fatty as well, but again, I think that's the intention behind this. It's not meant to be, you know, a great fillet steak, but it's a great starter to share. I think out of 10, considering it's just $4, this is a good 8 out of 10. Next up, this is Uyghur beef pilau. You know, so it's a rice dish. It's a bit like an Uzbek dish, or Uzbek, a bit similar to even sort of the Afghan pilau they have. It's got some nice yogurt. These are beef chunks. The steam's still coming off. This is 22 lira, so it's just $3, which I think is a great price for essentially what is a full dish. I'm gonna have the rice first. And there's our lamb shish kebab as well. Okay, so this is 22 lira, which is $3 for the beef pilau. This is 10 lira for each stick, which is like $1.50 for each stick. So it's $3 for that meal, $3 for this. I'm gonna first just have a bite of this with some of this beef. It's amazing how soft this beef is. Again, I guess this isn't, you know, a great chunk of meat that they're giving me, but it's so soft and so tender. It doesn't have the same flavor and the spice that you would get from an Afghan biryani or Afghan pilau or a Pakistani biryani. But I don't think it's meant to have that. Let's see how this compares with the Turkish kebab I've been eating. This is really good. I love this. I mean, sorry to disrespect the place I'm in, but I like this a lot more than Turkish kebab. It's lamb, so there's a slight lamby aftertaste. It's not overwhelming the flavor. It probably needs a bit of lemon juice, which I'll ask for later. Wow. This is, I like this a lot. I'm going to give this 9 out of 10, considering it's just $1.50 for each stick. The pilau, not as good as the kebab. About 7.8 out of 10. I've had this previously, and I just find today the rice is not that aromatic, but it's a great dish. This is chicken. It's called Pepperkaurma, and it's fried chicken with peppers and onions. Look at all of that. I mean, it's a big dish. Look at that. Compared to this. This dish is 52 lira, so it's, I mean, on current exchange rates, it's like about $7. Again, it's so much food. Gökhan and I are gonna have a lot of food to take home today. I'm gonna just have a bit of that with some onion and get some chili. And like I'm saying, you know, this is like the Uzbek flavors, you know, not a lot of flavor, mainly salt, garlic, meat, and then you start getting into the flavors. You start getting into, you know, soy and pepper and all these sesame seeds. Very hot. It's fried and it's very hot. You can get the, you know, the kind of the chili and the garlic. Again, it's the value. I mean, for $7, 3 or 4 people could easily eat this along with a side. I mean, it's interesting because it's like having fried chicken, and it's not very wet, it's quite dry. Look at these chilies. Look at all those chilies in there. So it's got the chilies and the peppercorns, and it's so aromatic. It's got a bit of cumin, a bit of coriander, not overwhelming at all. The main flavor is from the frying on a very high heat of these chilies and the peppers and the garlic. You know, I really like this. And these onions, very aromatic, very different. I can't wait for the rest. It's just so completely different to what we've eaten previously. And it's a very big portion. This is a really good dish. I mean, it's slightly overwhelming. I'm kind of bitten into a piece which is mainly bone, which isn't great, but I mean, like I said, I think it's the kind of restaurant where, you know, you're gonna get some bones with your meat, and you get some fat. And it's all kind of the experience, and I guess there's some customers that even like it. For me, it's a bit, I mean, you're kind of expecting not to bite into that. Very aromatic, very spicy. For me, considering this is $7, it's about an 8.3 out of 10. Now we've got fasulya, beans. So our table is getting fuller and fuller, as you see. This is fasulya, which is basically green beans. It's cooked, from my memory, in a very similar sauce to that. Look at this though. Peppercorns and garlic. That's a piece of garlic that's just fried. More garlic. And it's mainly pepper and garlic. And I guess there's a sort of a spice that they use, which is consistent in most of their dishes. There's a smokiness. It's almost like I think everything is laced with just a tiny bit of aniseed. It's so good. I love this. Again, it's the perfect kind of food to share. Off the record, we actually shot a show like this, and we brought 4 or 5 people because the whole idea was to show the diversity and share the food. I mean, it's slightly salty. There's a lot of salt that they use in the spices, and when you get all of this, what I would call masala, you get all of this masala, right? All that spice, it becomes a bit overwhelming and salty. And look at those garlic pieces. Oh, it's so nice. That's $4. Again, I'll give it about an 8.3. It's slightly salty, but I mean, and it's very difficult eating all of this food alone because it's meant to be shared, but a great dish. This is the beef and pepper kaurma. And it's this kaurma sauce over here. So this is, you know, I mean, look at that. That's fried. It's a bit dry. Same, fried and dry. And now this almost looks like, you know, Sichuan beef with peppers in it. And this is going to be spicy. I mean, you need some rice and some noodles probably with this. And that's going to be arriving soon. And look at these chilies. And these are hot. I mean, these chilies are very, very hot. That is amazing. That is so good. This dish, by the way, is 45 lira for this. So compared to these dishes, it's slightly more expensive. It's about $6. But this is truly magnificent. Wow. It's almost a bit sweet. The sauce, just go for the sauce. The beef really as well is really, sometimes you get some Oriental food, Far Eastern food, and the beef's a bit chewy. This beef's soft. The peppers are still crunchy. And the sauce, it's slightly sweet, but it's spicy and smoky. When you get that garlic, oh my goodness. You get that aniseed. I do think they take some aniseed and they're probably breaking it up. And you get the chili coming through. This is so nice. So good. This is 9.5 out of 10. It's $6 and this is really nice. This is spectacular. Uyghur food. What a great celebration of culture. We can see that the table is just getting more full and more full and more full. This is beef makarana, and it's kind of like thick noodles, almost like udon noodles, but it's actually, let me have a taste. It's like udon noodles, but like its density is even more. It needs a bit of soy sauce. It has the same base of that. The meat's the same. And when eating like this, what I love to do is obviously you get a bunch of dishes and just mix them together. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. 22 Turkish lira for this dish, which is $3. And it tastes amazing. It's not as spicy as this. So I'm just gonna take some of this, those peppers, and that beef, and that sauce. There's a piece of garlic in there and some chili. And I get the feeling when I combine this, I'm gonna just bite into heaven. And I'm so excited about what I'm about to eat. Wow, this is so nice. I wish I could take you and put you in my mouth right now and let you experience what I'm eating. There's garlic and ginger and onions and sort of like this basil leaf and spring onion. And the texture of the noodles just takes it all. And I'm gonna get some of that sauce again from here. 9 out of 10, because it's $3. This is beef and mushroom kawarma with rice. And this is 28 lira, so it's $4. See, very interesting mushrooms. I don't even know what type of mushroom this is. Look at that big chunk of garlic. And it's the same sauce that they've basted this in. And of course you get the rice as well. So, you know, you can kind of break the flavors, get some mushroom in there. Let's taste it. It's different. The sauce here is like hot and smoky. It has a lot of garlic and ginger and aniseed and pepper. This has a lot more sort of like a tomato based in. It's like they almost put some tomato puree or tomato paste in it. And it's very nice because it gives it a different texture. It brings out these mushrooms, which almost have like a pasta-like texture. The rice is great because it breaks this very nicely. For $4, again, this is 9 out of 10. I'm sweating because the food is spicy and the food is hot. It's a good thing it's not a hot summer's day out tonight, well, this afternoon. And the final dish has arrived, and this is lamb rub makarana, right? So makarana, I mean, it's Turkish for pasta. It's really noodles, but it's lamb rub kaurma pasta. I mean, look at this. It's like proper lamb chops. Look at that bone in there, that bone in there. It's got some eggplant in there. I think the base of this dish is going to be very similar to that one over there. It's got some tomato, and it's got that aromatic aniseed, garlic, ginger, pepper, chili sauce. And it's got these thick noodles, which again is a different texture to the other noodles we've been having. Again, a nice big piece of garlic, some beans, and let's go for it. Slippery noodles, of course. You know, and because it's cooked with lamb, and really the bony, fatty part of a lamb, all this pasta and sauce and vegetables cooks in that lamb fat, and it impacts the entire dish. Not for the mean-hearted, bony pieces of... I don't think you've ever had a pasta dish and you see some chunks of bone in it. And it may alarm you the first time you have it, but if you come back here and you're expecting it, you start really appreciating it. It's like proper people's food. It's really good. I cannot tell you. Kokan, there's our 9 dishes, and I've tried to eat some of them. I can't eat all of them. Again, I've had this dish, it's a regular that I have. Usually I have the big portion. Was very concerned. They used to have like one big portion, and I've seen they started to sell it in a small portion. This is 45 liras. Again, it's $6. But honestly, this is 9 out of 10. And this entire meal, because it's $40, and because you get different flavors. I mean, this tastes really, I've said this already on the show, but this tastes very different to that, which tastes different to this, I mean, there's so many different flavors here. And it's spicy, it's smoky. Easily 6 people could have this entire meal, which would be like $6 or $7 a person. I'm gonna give this 9.5 out of 10 as well for a total score. This is the best meal I've had on the show. Yet. I promise you that. This is not me trying to be, you know, nice and diplomatic or whatever it is. You need to know what you're getting into. Not every dish here may be to everyone's liking. If you come into Istanbul and you want something different, something that's not Turkish, come spend a day in Fatih and come have Uyghur food. What an awesome celebration of food and of our people. And I'm gonna see you guys on our next show. We're probably gonna be hanging around Fatih some more and other parts of Istanbul and exploring what non-Turks, you know, the contribution that non-Turks have made to the food scene in this fantastic city. Till next time.